Hello there, friends. Andrea with the bangs here. Since the Elon Musk, I don't know if you'd call it takeover or purchasing of Twitter, I've been thinking about Twitter, and I don't really have any comments about the purchasing / takeover. I'm sure there's enough videos out there analyzing that. But I've been thinking about Twitter, the reputation that it has, the different ways it's viewed, looking at it as, say, like a dumpster fire or toxic or whatever. And I was thinking, like, why does it have to be that way? And I don't really have answers other than how I approach Twitter. I have a relatively pleasant experience on Twitter, and I thought I would share my strategies, I guess you could say, my ways of being on Twitter that contribute towards a positive Twitter experience. Number one, I approach each comment as if it is a person saying the thing. Well, not necessarily to me, but I guess there's a lot of street preachers in my imagination. Like there's people standing on corners on top of soapboxes yelling out the comment, and then you kind of go and mill around and then, oh, that looks interesting, or I'm interested in what that person is saying. Maybe I'll participate in that conversation. And so when you stop and you're looking at the person's comment, that's a person saying the thing. And I know you might be like, Andrea, of course it's a person. I mean, I suppose it could have been a bot, but I think it's easy to forget that we're engaging with people and we just look, and if we don't like what we see written before us, we immediately, oh, no, that's not correct, or I've got to write this wrong, or whatever. So I imagine, number one, I imagine that it is a person making a statement or question or comment. Next, number two, would I want to say this to someone's face? And do I want to take the time to explain myself, or how much is this going to interaction take out of me? But particularly in the imagining that saying it to someone's face is really helpful, because we do think it doesn't count sometimes, again with the screen sort of removing the personal element. And you guys can probably guess I have a more agreeable personality, and I don't particularly enjoy having confrontations if I don't have to. And sometimes I just, no, I don't want to engage. I don't want to deal with this, because I guess you can call this number three. I imagine how much of a back and forth this will take, and I know that this is a better thing to say in person. With that said, sometimes I DM the person the thing that I want to say, because it's less public. It's you're not proclaiming it from the soapbox on the street corner. It's like, hey, I just wanted to say blank. I'm getting this from what you're saying. Is this correct? And you can have a back and forth there. And then sometimes I, speak with them on my YouTube channel. So this isn't really possible for everybody, but I kind of imagine, like, what do I want to talk about with people in my offline life? Oh yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. You're making a Lord of the Rings comment? Yes, please. Let me get in on that action. Awesomeness. Okay. Or, oh, you're making a comment on the olden days, old phrases, or maybe vintage fashion. Oh, yes, please. I love that. I'm going to jump in right over there and add a comment of my own. Oh, you're talking about stories and narrative and how they shape us, or even as simple as like favorite movies. There are lots of positive things that you can find on Twitter. You just sort of have to look for it. And that is difficult if you're just starting out, finding accounts that have things to say that you appreciate and want to interact with. And that's not to say, just to be clear, I'm not saying don't have difficult conversations on Twitter. Don't have disagreements on Twitter. I think disagreements can be helpful. But you almost have to sort of know the person. I've had some disagreements, not many, because I don't really go in that space anymore. But if I do, where I I know the person and I bring the thing up, maybe that they're talking about, and I know that they'll give me the benefit of the doubt, and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And again, sometimes I take it over to DMs. So that is my way. I don't know if that sounds ridiculous. Please let me know. I like my Twitter experience. I enjoy it. I write out what I want to see. Like if I have a question or a musing that I've been thinking, like, what's my latest one? I think I said something about having English breakfast tea and I felt fancy. I just write out questions of things I've been wondering or thinking, and then people write me back. I think, another one I wrote that was, I really enjoyed the comments that I got on that one, was about what book made you fall in love with reading. You know, you can sort of create the space that you want by writing things that you don't have to write negative things. Twitter doesn't have to just be a repository for rants, you know? I feel like the culture is sort of created by all of the participants. And you don't have to go and participate in the totally angry, angsty, negative way if you don't want to. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm wondering if this sounds realistic. Am I living in a, fairyland? Please let me know what you think about what I'm saying and my method. Does this seem like everyone can do this? Is this a one size fits all, or is it, no, Andrea, it only fits you? Let me know if this is a fantasy land I'm describing, or if maybe this seems like it could be applied to more people's way of being on Twitter. I think that's it. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all the engagement and all of the comments that you guys leave me. And if you're new, please subscribe and like, and share the video. I mean, if you think it's interesting. I'm really bad at self-promotion, so tell a friend about it, all the things.